if you've ever, been online. Congrats, data brokers have your digital footprint framed on their wall. So let's fix that. Incogni is a service that promises to deal with shady data collectors on your behalf, but does it deliver? In this Incogni review, I'm going to cover their services, business practices, and effectiveness. So first off, let's get a bit deeper into the question, what is Incogni? This is an automated service designed to fight back against data brokers. It monitors a list of the most prevalent data collection agencies and detects whether there's any info associated with the user. You or me in that example. Now, once the data is detected, Incogni sends out constant personal data removal requests on behalf of the user, and it'll keep monitoring the deletion process until the data is gone for good. This is how to delete your data from internet, with a persistent, nonstop, annoying volley of requests. Yeah, data brokers hate that, and I couldn't love it more if I tried. That's why I added the Incogni discount link to the description, so if you feel like restoring your privacy and giving these data broker bastards a hard time, go ahead and try the best identity theft protection service at the lowest price possible. When first trying Incogni, I was honestly worried that I'd have to go through a very technical process, because data scraping used by the brokers is actually really complicated. So of course, I thought the reverse process was also going to be hard as well. Absolutely not. To start out, I had to create an account and fill in my personal details, name, email, and address. Now, with this information, Incogni managed to scour the internet and data brokers to locate my records. And there are hundreds of those data broker leeches, so if I tried to send all the data removal requests on my own, I just might as well make that my full-time job. Now, one serious thing I had to do was grant Incogni legal authorization to act on my behalf. Yeah, even when fighting back against the worst internet practices, Incogni needs to comply with GDPR and CCPA to legally demand data removal from brokers. Yeah, I know, I hate that too. Now, before I talk about how Incogni starts scanning and sending requests, I want to address a worry that I had initially. Since I granted Incogni that legal authorization and it gets access to my personal data, isn't that worse than just having data brokers sit on it all, right? Well, not really. Okay, that legal permission applies only until a data broker responds to a data removal request. After that, the permission is automatically void of power. And yeah, I guess I'm willing to believe that, right? So not only has Incogni maintained a clear reputation since it was founded in 2021, but it was also created by the people behind Surfshark, and that's a cybersecurity suite with a similarly spotless reputation. Now, with that figured out, that's how I made Incogni scan for my data and send requests to data brokers. Well, actually, the process is more or less automatic, right? Okay, so once the original legal permission is granted, Incogni sends out the request, and this dashboard just shows the status of each one. If I click the detailed view right here, I can also check what types of data a particular broker is gathering and selling, as well as what risks I may incur because of the data broker's actions. Most of the time, it's at least scam calls and mails, but even phishing becomes possible with the most basic personal data. Now, sometimes I see that red status on a request, and it means that the data broker is particularly shameless and either ignored the request or missed the deletion deadline. No worries though, Incogni is just going to keep sending out these requests, spamming the data brokers into submission. And so, yeah, that's what I call a karmic retribution. All right, now, however, while Incogni takes care of all of the most notorious data brokers, sometimes you may run into a different issue. Let's say you are deleting your account from a website, but they refuse to delete your data. In that case, Incogni's custom requests come in handy. So I can just send a link to any website that refuses to remove my data to Incogni, and it's going to handle the rest. And if I subscribe to the unlimited plan, there's just no limit to these custom requests. I mean, heck, I could just recreate 10x accounts and request 10 different data removal orders just to piss off the scummy websites. I might do that. Okay, don't do it. Incogni is already busy fixing real issues. I was just kidding. All right. And now, since I mentioned plans, let's bring the Incogni data removal review to the pricing discussion. Incogni is not a free service, okay? And as I mentioned before, I have a discount link in the description to make it cheaper than usual, or you can scan this QR code to view the same deal, whatever floats your boat. Now, the standard plan is already quite solid. It covers around 270 notorious data brokers and can handle data associated with multiple emails, addresses, and phone numbers. Even the best data broker removal service providers often struggle with this many adversaries at once. Unlimited is the same as standard, but it also adds an infinite amount of custom removal requests. Personally, I don't think it's going to be useful for most common users. Now, the family plan is the standard for 5 people, plus it offers some shared account management. And of course, Family Unlimited is the same, but with unlimited custom requests. Quite consistent. All plans in question include 24/7 customer support, and in my experience, the agents solved any issues fast and consistently. So, should you get an Incogni subscription just in case? I think so. If you don't want to deal with constant spam calls, phishing emails, online harassment, and potential financial loss, yeah, it doesn't hurt to be cautious. Incogni just gives me peace of mind, and when I know that data brokers can't keep getting away just selling my data, I just want to share that peace of mind with you. So feel free to grab Incogni from the description link below and let me know what you think about the service. And did you enjoy this Incogni review? I'm always happy to get your feedback. Stay safe online. See you soon.